to one and all present here.
Good morning,
Namaskar.
sir.
Good morning. So, students, how are you?
Sir, fine.
Early on Sunday in a workshop. So, thank you all for joining, and we are happy to see that the students are showing enormous interest in this event, uh, and we are continuously receiving messages, phone calls, emails, right, inquiring about how the things will go on. So, as we discussed in our previous interaction, today we have designed this workshop so to give you an overview of how to generate an idea, right, or maybe how different tools can be implemented in generating an idea and things like that. Student, just to be clear, am I audible? Can you all hear me? Just I
Yes,
need
sir.
some response from you.
Yes, sir.
All right. So in case you feel any difficulty during the session, uh, please feel free to unmute and tell, or you can also type in the chat box that you are unable to hear or listen or whatever. Okay. So let me just first brief you of what today we will do. So of course it's the workshop, and we have arranged, we have requested one guest. He is an expert. He is Mr. Vishal JC, and he is a lead business development at KEET TBI, Technology Business Incubator. So he's a very enthusiastic person. We'll be interacting with him, and he has given us some pointers before he starts his session. He has given us a set of questions to first uh, get this meeting going. So of course we'll be doing that. So Mr. Vishal JC will be talking about how to generate ideas, like with some examples. He has a lot of experience in this area. So before we go into those questions, and before I hand it over to Mr. Vishal sir, I would request the coordinator of this Ideathon, Professor Asit Behra sir, to brief you about some updates. There have been some changes in the deadlines and things like that, because we have received so many requests, because the time is very short now, because the first stage deadline is almost, it's 25th of April, just 5 days from now. So we have requested enormous requests to extend the deadline. So we have done that. So now I request Asit sir, Professor Asit Behra, the coordinator, to please brief all about that, and then we'll move ahead with the questions, and then we'll hand it over to Vishal sir. Sir, please, Asit sir, please.
Uh, Good morning, everyone. Am
Good
I audible?
morning.
Yeah. So it is with great pleasure that we welcome you to this workshop on idea generation and critical thinking. So today I would like to give you some updates about Ideathon 2025. As sir told that we have received many requests to extend the deadline. So now we have planned that this deadline, for first stage of Ideathon, the deadline has been increased to 5th of May. Previously, the deadline was 25th of April, but now the deadline has been increased to 5th of May 2025. So this update has been this has been updated in website also. That website ideathon.kit.ac.in. So everyone is requested to visit the website, and in the website, in the timeline section, they can get all the updates. I mean, whenever we are extending the date for the stage 1, so accordingly stage 2 and stage 2 deadline also has been updated. So that updated timeline you can find out from the timeline section of Ideathon 2025 website. Okay, so all of you please visit there and you can get all the updates. Okay, and coming to the point, that is for the first stage, as first stage is going on. So many were questioning that the last date for Ideathon maybe that is till 10th of May, but registration deadline is 5th of May. That means you have to register by 5th of May and you have to submit your idea by 5th of May. And after the submission of the idea, then after 2 days, that means from 7th of May, your presentation will start. And in the presentation, you have to present your idea, whatever idea you have updated, you have uploaded in website. So based on that idea, you have to give the presentation from 7th May onwards. We plan to fix 3 dates, that is 7th of May, 8th of May, and 9th of May. So in that time, we'll do that particular presentation. And in the presentation, after the presentation, then the workflow will go on. Okay. So this is how our this ideathon, this procedure will go on. Okay. So that is the main update that I wanted to give for this ideathon 2025. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Asit sir. So students, we have a set of questions. So I would just like to put it to you. Let us have some. Let us see how much we know, and then we'll hand over the session to our resource person, Mr. Vishal sir. So maybe can we go to the questions, please? So it's a series of trivia questions that we have, right? And as you all are innovators, so we all must have. We expect that we should be knowing the answers to these questions. So let us go to first question. Question number 1. You just see, which Indian edtech startup was the first to reach unicorn status? So if you know, please raise your hand. If you know the answer, you can raise your hand.
Bye.
Okay. Physics wala, Baiju. Nobody backing Ellen. Nobody backing Unacademy.
Physics wala.
Physics wala. Okay. So let us see. Let us see the answer. Let us see the answer to this particular question.
In my point of view, it is Baiju.
It is Byju's. Byju's is the correct answer. So it is the first. So please see what is a unicorn. Okay, you all been maybe aware of what is a unicorn. Okay, so it's Byju's is the correct answer here. So let us go to the next one. Next question. So who is known as the steel man of India?
Jamshedji Tata.
Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel.
Jamshedji Tata.
Not Lakshmi Nivas Mittal. Ratan Tata. Okay. Okay. Can we see the answer now? Yes. Those with A answer, they got it right. It is Jamshedji Tata is known as the steel man of India. All right. So we can go to the next question. Third one. Which Indian company launched the first indigenous 4G LTE smartphone?
Micromax.
Micromax.
Jio.
One.
Micromax.
Two guys saying Jio. Okay. Many backers of Jio.
Geo.
I like the energy. We like the energy of the students.
Micromax.
Micromax. Nobody backing Carbon?
Sir. Lava.
Micromax.
Lava. All right. So
Lava.
let us see. Let us see which one it is. It is C. Micromax. So right. But I like that students are very enthusiastic and they're participating. So that is good to see. So it is actually required. So in the session when Vishal sir will be handling the session, so we require this sort of an energy from the students. Okay, let us quickly go to the next one. So which startup is the India's largest online pharmacy platform? So I believe all of us are aware of this.
Apollo Meds.
LG, 1 MB. 1 MB.
Apollo Meds.
Okay. Majority is backing Apollo Meds. Let us see what is the answer.
Apollo Med.
It is
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. It is Pharmacy. That is fine. So it is not easy. I mean, so you can keep track, and these statuses keep on changing, right? Fine. Number 4 is gone. Number 5. Let us see number 5. So yeah, please have a look at it. So which entrepreneur said, "Take the stones people throw at you, and use them to build your own house or a monument"? Yeah.
Sunil
Ratan
Grover.
Ratan Tata.
Sir, Ratan Tata.
Ratan Tata.
Ratan Tata.
Tata.
Ratan Tata.
This is, I believe everybody is unanimously agreeing on Ratan sir's name.
Dhirubhai Ambani.
Only one backer of the. What about Ashneer Grover? Not Ashneer Grover.
Dhirubhai Ambani.
Okay. Let us. Yeah, Ratan Tata is the correct answer. Fine, very good. So, yeah, let's go to the next one. So, which Indian startup became the world's second largest food delivery service in 2022? That's important.
Zomato.
Zomato, sir.
Swiggy.
I believe, yeah. People are split between A and D. No backers for B and C, right? Nobody is backing Domino's. Nobody is backing Blinkit, right? So it is between A and D. That's pretty obvious. Let us see what is the correct one.
Outside, Blinkit came new.
Right. Blinkit came new. Very nice. So it's D actually. Zomato is the correct one. Let us go to the next one.
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Lambo.
So all of you seem to be automobile enthusiasts.
Lamborghini.
No, not Ferrari, not Ford.
No,
Lamborghini.
Lamborghini.
Okay, fine.
Sir,
I believe you have got it right. The answer is, yeah, it is Lamborghini, correct. Okay, we have few more. Let us quickly go through those two more questions, and then we will request our guest to take it forward. So, yeah. So, which popular beverage was originally marketed as a medicinal tonic?
ये कॉल को
लिम्का.
Coca-Cola.
अगर मैं होता, अगर गेस करना होता मैं लिम्का को गेस करता. अगर गेस करना होता तो मैं लिम्का को गेस करता. But let us see whether it is correct or not. So what is the correct answer? It is Coca-Cola. Yes, right. But it is hard to believe, right? That Coca-Cola was, originally marketed as a medicinal tonic. Not easy to, believe actually. Okay, we have one more. Let us see. Yeah, this one is if you know it, then you know it. Otherwise,
Backrub.
Backrub.
backrub. So everybody seems to know the answers to this one. So okay, I think it is the correct answer. So yeah, it is backrub actually. Fine. So thank you, students, for participating in this small trivia quiz. And our guest today, Mr. Vishal, he is here. So let me just introduce Mr. Vishal sir. So Mr. Vishal sir, he is currently the lead of business development and investment catalyst at KEET TBI right here in Bhubaneswar, KEET. And Vishal sir brings with him close to 2 decades of experience, both nationally and internationally. He's an alumnus of IIT Kharagpur from class of 2005. He completed his BTech and MTech masters as well as graduation from IIT Kharagpur, and was also awarded the Presidential Medal of Academic Excellence. So after his studies, he started his career as a top investment banker in Deutsche Bank, and he has worked across locations all over the world, be it New York, London, Singapore, Mumbai. And he's also an entrepreneur. He started his own company, an edutech company called as Graysim Limited, and then he has then moved on from that, and now of course he's associated with KEET TBI, and prior to that he is also the CEO of the TBI at Graphic Era University, Dehradun. So we are very, very thankful to Vishal sir for agreeing to our request to interact with this young audience. And when we discussed with him that we are organizing this event called as I don't know, so he was very enthusiastic. In fact, it was his idea that rather than just going into the workshop, first of all, let us engage students with this set of trivia questions so as to bring some energy into the crowd. So without further ado, I would now request Vishal sir to please take over the session. Sir, please.
Thank you, Nitin. Thank you, Ashit, for organizing such a beautiful event. And good morning, everyone. It is really a pleasure to find so many young guys in the morning of a Sunday to attend this particular thing. And thanks for your participation in this quiz, because it is very odd to work on online, because it is one person talking to many and there is no response which is coming back. So in our session, I would like it to be an interactive, where you guys are allowed to speak up. I want you to speak up, because it is not a simple classroom lecture where I say something and you guys are listening. Okay, it is a workshop, and you should understand what is the difference between a classroom and a workshop. Workshop is something where you have to be actively participating rather than just listening to something. Okay, so this trivia question I can see, and I was observing. Okay, you guys are very, very well participating in that. Don't worry about whether you get it right or wrong. Okay, it is about your participation. So that matters a lot. Nitin has already introduced myself, but I just want to take a small moment that why I care about this event. Okay, after completing my IIT, it was very normal and easy for any one of us from IIT to go abroad and stay abroad, right? But I choose not to. I choose not to because I believe India is changing. 2005, I passed out. Okay, at that time, it is still developing, but we had a hope that India would be the next superpower, and our generation is going to make it, right? You all know about it, that all the top companies, may it be Google, may it be, any renowned one, are being headed by one of the Indian, right? But the question remains, why these companies are not Indian? Why they are not in India? Okay, why our talent and our brain find it better to go outside and work for their other company rather than building it over here? And that was my reason why I decided to stay back. And being a part of this initiative, where we want to find and encourage brains like you, okay, who are actually interested into making a change. I'm not against that you should not go outside, you should not, if you have an aspiration, you should not do that. But, if you guys are listening to the news and what is happening in the world, okay, the world order is going to change. India is very steadily and gradually growing up in the scale of the top world company. And who will make this country that big? You guys, okay? Rome is not built in a day. So if we don't put our effort into building the newer generation who is going to build a better India, a Viksit Bharat, then what's the point? This whole effort of what it is trying to do is of no financial interest, is of no marketing campaign. It is just to do what we can do the best for our newer generation. We are here to just provide you a help into developing and becoming the asset to the company, into the country, okay, which is the main focus. Now, before I go any further, I just want a small poll from your side. You all have the access on the chat box, right? Okay. I would like you to actually just mention which standard you are belonging to. Okay, because I got to know that the students are from various standards. Ashitji and Nitin, if we can have a poll kind of thing, that would have been better. Otherwise, let the student put it on the chat box itself. So 8, 10, 10th, 10th, 9th, 11th, 10th, very nice. Okay. Class 8 students are there. 9th, 11th. I'm just getting this poll just to understand that what is the distribution, because my talk need to be in that way. Very good morning, Vidyasha. Good morning to everyone. I know you all are very here, but 8, 9, okay, 8th, 10th, 9th, okay, 9th standard, 10th standard. I'm very happy to see the 10th standard guys, okay, after giving their board examination, now they are thinking about it. 8th standard and 10th standard. Okay, all have said that particular thing? Very nice, very nice. Thanks a lot. And now I would like to know your cities, okay? Because we understand you are not only from Bhubaneswar, you are from across the city. So just type the cities. Varanasi, okay, Kanika, Dhenkanal, Thane. Oh wow, we have people from Thane as well. I have lived in Mumbai for quite a long time, almost 10 years. Bhopal, Patna. I am basically from Patna. Nagpur, Bhubaneswar, Jharkhand, Jamshedpur. Very nice. Patna, Bhopal, Raipur. Oh wow, I'm loving it. So we thanks a lot, Nitin and Ashik ji. You guys have actually reached out. Delhi, Mumbai, Jharkhand. It is not only a local crowd; it's a national crowd. And what best can be? Chhatrapati Sambhaji Nagar. Oh wow, very nice. Thane, Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Satvik, where exactly from Andhra Pradesh? Mumbai, Bhopal, Bhubaneswar. Visakhapatnam. Oh wow. Very nice, very nice. Good. While you are typing, I ask my team to allow me the access to share my presentation. Can I?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. You're allowed.
Okay. So keep on putting that thing. So I think all have given their location. That's very nice of you. Just confirm, Nitin ji, you are able to see my presentation.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I think
cool.
I have pinned your video also. Maybe I can unpin your video so that the PPT is enlarged. I will do that, sir. I'm doing that.
Yeah, that's right. Pin the presentation. That will be great. So guys, why Ideathon? Okay, you have to understand and what we expect out of it. I would be very frank into saying something. Inside of KIT TBI is actually a technology business incubator where we support the young minds to develop their own company, start their own venture, and we provide them multiple support starting from ideation to fundraising, where they can actually bring their idea into existence. But when we are talking to students like you, okay, to be very frank, we don't expect your guys to have an idea which is matured enough to be converted into a company. And believe me, there's nothing wrong in it. I'm not underestimating you, but I'm just saying that there are something which is applicable to you as per your age. There are always some outlier which you may be, and I am very happy that you have took the decision to join this particular thing. But the whole concept of it, this Ideathon, is actually to help you guys into developing a mindset, okay, where you can identify a problem and try to ideate about it. And in this session, we are actually going to talk about that how you are able to do that. Okay, so be with me and try to understand that even if you don't have an idea, although our team has shared you the form in which you have to fill the idea, some of you might have done it, some of you have not done it. Don't worry. Okay, after this session, you can go back to that thing and start working on it. And believe me, we are not looking for something where, okay, give me the idea and I will judge you whether you are right or wrong. That is not the expectation of this program. The expectation of this program is how we can help you into generating an idea, finding an idea, working on that idea and developing that idea. Okay. So even if you are coming with a blank slate, we are very happy. Okay. And believe me, this is not a judgment thing. It is a progressive thing. In a school, you go and somebody teaches you, right? Over here, we are not teaching you. We are just planning to help you learn. Now, if somebody can tell me what is the difference between teaching and learning, please raise your hand. You have to participate. There is no right or wrong answer. Feel free to speak up. These are two words, right? Teaching and learning. Just let me know what is the difference between the teaching and learning. So Shubhankar has raised your hand. You can unmute yourself, Shubhankar. And whatever language you are comfortable with, English, Hindi will do. We also understand some of the regional language. Shubhankar, you can actually unmute yourself.
Yes, sir. Sir, I
Yeah.
can tell.
What is the difference between teaching and learning? Shubhankar, we are not able to hear you. No problem. I am moving on. Ansh, please unmute yourself. We are facing some problem with Shubhankar. Hi Ansh, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Please go ahead.
In teaching, we learn, we get knowledge from others, but in teaching, we give our knowledge to others for helping in their future, but in learning, we get knowledge from others for the future.
Okay, very nice. Anyone else? Priyansh?
Sir,
Yeah, go ahead.
sir, in my opinion, teaching is a joy and learning a pleasure because, sir, when the teachers involve themselves in making the students learn new things, new ideas, sir, the education becomes a joy and learning becomes a pleasure, and students can correlate to the teachers, and the interrelationship between the teacher and the student develops. So, sir, that's my opinion of what a teacher
Very,
and a
very,
learning means.
very well put. Anyone else? Pranabha?
I believe teaching is like uploading knowledge and learning is like downloading knowledge.
Very nice. Very nice. I like this perspective and you guys are giving it up. Very nice.
The very definition of teaching is to impart knowledge or skills or information in general, and learning is the process of acquiring knowledge, skills, or understanding.
Yes, yes. You know why I asked this particular question? Because where we are standing today, okay, the beauty is if you put yourself 40 years back in the past, okay, knowledge was limited to few people. And if you want that knowledge, you have to reach out to them, actually to learn from them. And they were teaching that particular thing. But today, in the age of AI, every information is at your fingertip. There is nothing which you cannot learn. But you don't require somebody to teach that particular thing to you. It has to be an internal effort to actually learn that thing. Okay. In this age of AI, as I'm saying, you have to understand that teaching is so yesterday. It is all the information which you can think of is available. Can you learn how to learn? And if you learn how to learn, you can learn anything. So as correctly said, it is not someone else's effort. Teaching is someone else's effort. Learning is your own effort. How much you want to learn is on you. And for that, you have to put an effort. The world is changing, my dear friends, and that is why it is important that you guys also should change the way you are learning things. We are here to actually help you into going on this. Moving on. Let me go to my slides. Everyone knows Vivekananda, sir, right? He says that a man is not poor without a rupee, but a man is really poor without a dream and ambition. What he wanted to say in this particular thing. Now, if I ask you guys, what is your dream and what is your ambition? Many of the students always says that, okay, you know, I want to earn good, I want to travel, you know, foreign countries, I want to buy a Ferrari and things like that. Your dreams and ambitions are always linked to something which is physical, okay? It's very hard for somebody to understand that dream and ambition can also be intangible. Now, what is tangible and what is intangible? A product which you can touch, feel, and see is called tangible, okay? But how it has come into existence, somebody has thought about it, somebody has ideated, that is intangible. I'm damn sure you all are young enough to have played with a toy which is called fidget spinner, right? Many of you must have.
Yes,
Everyone of you, right? Think about that guy who has come up with an idea, right? We are talking about ideation. I just wanted to say it is not one day you will wake up and you will come up with an idea. You have to understand what is the process of innovation. What is the process of ideation? So he has come up with an idea that what if I put a ball bearing into something which is circular and I keep on rotating, and it will help people have fun, right? The physical thing come into existence, but his intangible ideation actually creates some product which shook the world. Shook the world means I'm damn sure you hardly find anyone who has not heard about Fidget Spinner. Okay, think about it. A small idea which the world of 6 billion people are knowing about it. That is the power of ideation. And it can be as small as that. We are not talking about rocket science. We are not expecting you guys to build something or come up with an idea which is world changing and things like that. Please don't anticipate and don't expect too much from yourself. You guys are still kids. You can do something which is at your level, and believe me, it's a long journey. Okay, as you were seeing all the companies name who has changed the name and who has changed the product, like Lamborghini was making tractor and then they started making the fast car. It's not like, okay, if you have started making tractor, you would be always making tractor. Okay, you evolve, you make something, and then that thing works or doesn't work, you move on, and then something works or doesn't work, and this process keep on continuing. Ideation is not a one-time process. It is a habit which you have to get into, and this is your starting point. Today is your starting point where you are saying that, okay, let me start ideating something very small, very, very small. Okay, tomorrow it will be big, tomorrow it will be something else and else and else. Google, everyone knows about it, right? One question is not there. Tell me, anyone, if you know what was the idea of YouTube to start with? Raise your hand and I'll ask you.
Editing app.
No. Yeah, Shubhankar? Photo sharing, no. Shubham?
Yes, sir.
What is it? You have raised your hand. Look,
Sir,
there's no right and wrong answer. I'm going to
Sir, the initial idea for YouTube was to create an online video dating service, and inspired by a website
You are reading it out of the laptop, no problem. But yeah, that's right. Okay. It was actually initiated as a dating site, okay, where people can make their own video profile, and then looking at the profile, people will come and have a matchmaking. It doesn't work. Okay. So idea is they come up with an idea. It can work or it cannot work. And at the end of the day, actually, they have to change. They have to work on. No one in this world can say that, okay, I have never been failed. Every time, you have to try and fail and try and fail. The whole process of ideation is to start thinking, and start thinking how. Let's move on to that. I would encourage someone in the group to read it up for me. Athav, can you read this particular thing for me, this paragraph?
Yes, sir.
Please read it one point at a time.
Ideathon is a creative process of generating, developing, and communicating new ideas.
It is not ideathon. Please read it correctly.
Ideation is the creative process of generating, developing, and communicating new ideas.
Exactly. So Ideathon is a platform where you guys are participating. Okay. But ideation is a process. What is it saying? There are some lines which are highlighted. It's called creative process of generating, developing, and communicating new ideas. Okay. Now, what is new idea is very strange thing. Okay? How you can come up with an idea is something which is as I said, painstaking process. But the whole thing of ideation is actually to do this. And in the session, just be with me. I will help you how to go about it. Someone else can read the second point.
May I?
Please go ahead.
An idea is understood as a basic element of thought that can be either visualized, concrete or abstract?
Yes. So idea can be visual, can be a concrete thing, or can be abstract. Okay. The idea can be anything because it is in your brain, right? What you mean by visual? If you paint it up, it becomes a visual idea, right? If you can make something out of it, it becomes a concrete idea. And there are also abstract ideas, like, what is the constitution of an atom? No one has seen it. No one has seen it. But somebody has conceptualized it. And that was an idea that what an atom is made up of. Yes, now there are electron microscope and stuff like that, but no one has actually seen it when it was actually talked about. So somebody has come up with an idea, and that idea can be either way. It can be visual, which you can show in a painting. It can be concrete. It means you can make a prototype out of it, and it can be abstract. So one day I actually wanted to tell you, all of you, that this is not a science project. Okay, this competition of Ideathon is not regular science project which you guys are doing, making a very good model of rainwater harvesting and things like that. Please abstain from that. Okay, we would be talking about making some idea which is not and beyond science project. Okay, and you are allowed to think in either way. Someone else in the queue, please read the third point.
So may I?
Look, I'll give you, all of you, a chance. Don't worry. Okay, it is just a thing. I'm just picking up one name. The first lady which says, "May I?" Please go ahead.
So may I?
Yeah.
Ideation comprises all stages of a thought cycle, from innovation to development to actualization.
Okay. Now, an idea is only of any value. Okay. If you have just not thought in your brain, but have put an effort into developing it and finally bringing it in existence, no matter how small, how big, if it is only in your brain, it is worthless. We say it to everyone. This top sign which you can see on the top left corner, there is a bulb, right? And it is always being indicated as a symbol of idea. Yes or no? Yes?
Yes.
But have you seen a power given to that bulb? No. So how you know whether that bulb is a 10-watt bulb or a 5-watt bulb or a 0-watt bulb or a fuse bulb? That's why I say ideas are overrated. Until unless you put the power into it, which is the power of execution, which is actually the power of implementing it, developing it, and bringing into existence, ideas are worthless. That is why we say that when we conduct this kind of ideathon, it is not one kind of event and we ask, when you have thought of, then you say, oh sir, the competition came in yesterday and I think about it today and I'm going to present it tomorrow. No, that is not the way in which we want you to do. We want you to actually live with that idea. The summers are there. You have all the freedom in your hand. This is the time when you actually invest your time, energy into developing new skills, which will help you into bringing that into existence. Now you may say, sir, I have an idea, but how we are going to develop it? We are not having that right skills. Yes, we do understand that. And my dear friends, that is why in this program, we would be actually sharing loads of series of things which will help you into developing your skills. Like we will help you into developing a skill of 3D designing. Okay, many of you have seen a 3D printer but don't know how to design it. Okay, we have a program which we will actually give it to you. It's a video sessions which you can watch any time of your at your disposal and learn those skills, because learning those skills will help you into bringing your idea into a physical product. And last line, I would like Lisba Hashmi to read the last point.
Yes, sir, sure. It is an essential part of the design process, both in education and practice.
Yes. So the design process actually is a theory which is the process of innovation, which is not only for learning but into practicing. Okay. These ideation which we are talking about is not only educational, but a physical thing which we want each one of you to work on. Thank you everyone for helping me into going about. So the question is how we can come about. Okay. One thing is very simple, like most of the time it happens in the school projects. A school has a science project, you go to your parents come up with an idea, they give it the idea to you, you work on that particular thing. 90% of the case that happens. Okay. No. This is a platform where we don't want your parent to give you an idea. Okay. It is not about going into the competition with the best idea to win the thing. Believe me, we want each and every one of you who has participated in this event to be a winner. Not winner as in the one who is one top, first, second, or third. The winner in the sense that you all have learned in the process and you have actually learned how to get about it. So what is the first thing? The first and foremost thing is brainstorming. Brainstorming is not to stick to the first idea which is coming into your mind. Okay, you have to open your brain like a parachute and think of as many possibility which you can work around. Okay, so let's do a simple exercise. Again, as I'm saying, we don't want a cacophony, so we would be having the name of the people and we will be calling you up and you have to respond in that way. I have lowered all of your hands. Now this is a problem which I'm going to give and you have to come up with an answer. This is something which is a coaster, right? Coaster is something which you keep either on the top of the glass or at the bottom of the glass, right? This is the purpose of this coaster. Now, during this session, I want you to brainstorm and come up with alternate use of this coaster, okay, in as creative way as you can. Start raising your hand. I'm going to ask you. Sumedha. Sumedha, go ahead.
Sir, it can be used as a frisbee toy for kids.
For frisbee kind of thing, right? For frisbee kind of thing, right? Fine. Subhankar?
Sir, it is sir, protect the water from the environmental dust and other particles.
No, so don't
Like
tell me the use of it as a coaster. That what you have said is the purpose of this coaster. I am wanting you to think beyond the obvious, beyond the purpose for which it is being made. What else it can be? That is what the purpose of this brainstorm. Not what is it made for, but what it can be used for. Preeti?
Sir, it can be used as a cable organizer.
Guys, I will be taking the name and I would like the only that person whom I have called for to answer it up. I believe me, we are going to give all of you an option. Preeti, please be fast.
So this coaster can be used as a painting object for the decoration of the house or the house.
There's too much noise in that particular case. Preeti, can you repeat that?
Sure, sir. We can use this coaster as a painting object and we can use it to decorate our houses or any place.
Okay, very nice. Now you can mute yourself. Kanika?
So we can use it as a decorative item and also as a small mini tray for serving maybe small cashews and nuts. Sort
Okay,
of thing.
that's fine. Thank you, Chirag.
So for home decor.
Home
After
decor
painting
as in?
on it, we can do wall hangings.
Very nice. Lisba?
We can use it as a poster on our vision board. So whenever we study or get to our table, we get inspiration ideas. There are so many more ideas that can be
Very
created.
nice. Very nice. Ishan? 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 Shatvik?
Sir, it can be used as wall art. Like we can arrange cool looking
Guys, you are listening to others as well, na? Think more creative. Wall art, yes.
Or
you
it can
have said that.
also be used as a cable organizer, like sticking a few coasters on your desk and wrapping charging cables around them, like that.
Okay, that's fine. Yes? Look, when you are brainstorming, there's no right or wrong answer. You come up with the most crazy idea, and believe me, with your age, you would be limiting your thoughts. Okay, that is the problem of our regimental education. You know, I want you to think crazy, think it beyond the basic use. Yes?
I guess we can use it to draw a circle or cut it. Cut it in a.
Yes, you can make a circle out of it. Yes, very nice. Yeah, sure.
So it can be used to open a bottle of sauce or any other thing.
Opening a bottle of sauce. How? Can you explain?
Sir, it can be pushed against the cap from the bottom.
Okay, okay. That's nice. That's nice. Atharva?
So furniture protection.
Atharva?
We can use that a candle base.
Very nice. Very nice. Look, guys, think beyond obvious. That's what I'm saying. Okay.
So it can be used
boundaries.
as
Think
so it
about
can be used to make a
something
toy
like
out of
that.
it.
Sir, I'm
How?
Subhaga.
Guys,
Another
don't
idea.
rush around. Don't rush around. As I'm saying, I'm happy that you are excited, and I will try my best to give you all the option to do that particular case. Okay. Just
Sir, I have
hold the
another
horses.
idea.
Tell me.
Sir, by making a hole in the middle of that and by replacing with a straw and drink it or sip.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sir, I also have another idea.
No, hold on. Let other also speak. Kanishka.
So we can use it as a bookmark and also as a gift label.
Yeah, exactly. Why you guys are not thinking in your domain? Okay. In your bookmark, you are reading something, you have stopped somewhere, you just push it up. Very nice. I want you to think within your,
We can use it as a holder.
as a holder of what?
Means to prevent something to fall down.
Okay, fine. Shubham? Rishika?
So we can use it as furniture protector.
Furniture protected as in?
As it we can put it
We
under
can
leg
use
of
it
table or
as a
under a
paper
vase.
stone.
Very nice. Okay, cool. So thank you guys. And as I said, I'm just lowering your hands because all well said. I just wanted to show, I know there are thousands of ideas which is coming in your mind. Keep it to yourself. Okay. I just wanted to do an exercise to make it. And if you remember, all the time when you were speaking, I was showing it in front of you. I was dangling it in front of you. Why? Because when you see the things, okay, if you were in a physical class, I would have passed it on to each one of you. Because when you hold things, you actually start looking at it in a different way, right? As you can see, it has a weight. It can be actually act as a paperweight. It can be used for 100 different things. I want you guys to open your brain and start thinking, because when you are started thinking, then there are thousands of ideas which comes. Out of those ideas, there are some which are feasible, there are some which are not feasible. You can cut it off afterward whether it is feasible or not feasible, whether it is too obvious or it is something unique. Okay, these are the smaller things which you have to learn in this ideathon and come up with the solution. Don't worry, I will be giving you multiple options to interact, and I am really liking this energy. Thanks a lot for being an active audience. Otherwise, this kind of online session goes off like, as a very boring thing. Second part of it, creativity. Now, creativity, we always think it is about adding colors to it, right? So if you are creative, it means whether you paint. No, I don't paint, okay? But creativity is something where you can. So anyone would like to take a call? What is creativity? Yeah, Preeti. What I mean by creativity, when I'm talking about this ideation thing, what we mean by creativity? See, I think where you are, there's too much noise on the background, so I have to ask you to mute yourself. I'm moving on. I respect your, effort. You can put it down on the chat box, and I will read it up. Satvik, what?
Creativity is the ability to generate new and original ideas. solutions or expressions, right? Like creativity is basically making something new or different using your imagination.
Yes, good. As I said, there is no right or wrong answer, but everyone has its own interpretation, and you are right on your interpretation. Priyanka?
Thank you, sir. Creativity is something that you innovate by yourself. It is a very unique thing that only you can do it by yourself.
Okay, cool. I'm going down in my channel. Okay, Yash. Yes.
Yes, sir. So creativity can be anything that is made by anyone with its own ideas, like something new, something unique can be creative.
Something new, something unique can be creative. Creative is a word which has a mool word, the root word create. Okay, and you can only create something which is not there. Otherwise, you are just replicating it. Okay, so create is to build something. What you build, you can build something in a which is not existing. Okay, you can only create thing. Otherwise, you will discover thing. Right? If it is already there and you find it out, we don't say that you have created it. We'll say you have discovered it. Okay. There's also a word called innovator. You invent thing. Okay. Now, inventing is something which was not existing, but you bring into existence. That is called invention. So you invented. Creativity is actually having a element of uniqueness. There is a word which you will hear more often in that particular case called innovation. Creativity and innovation kind of have the similar kind of thought process. The idea is very simple. Do it in a different way, which has not been thought about. Like when I talk you to think about it, I wanted you to be creative in coming up with a solution. Okay. You can say that this can be a earth of for a for an ant. It can be an amusement park for an ant. Now somebody will ask how it can be an amusement park for an ant. If you can make the hills and downs and dip and water and things like that, this is a small place, you put an ant into it, and for it, it is this SL world, right? So I know it is not a very obvious thing, but the thing is, you have to think creative. Okay, it can be right, it can be wrong. Think something which others have not thought of. Otherwise, it's just copy and paste. Okay, he's also doing, I'm also doing. Any big company which has come into existence, any great idea which has come into existence is something which is out of the world. Okay, and there is a very nice saying which says that the only men on this earth, men or women, are on this world are the ones who are crazy ones. Okay, because otherwise are just living the life. The one which are creative one, the one who are thinking beyond the limit, are making something new, which is going to change the world. So we want you to be creative, and creativity is something which doesn't come in one day. You have to think about it. From unstructured. Unstructured means, as I said, if this is a classroom and I teach you something and then you learn it and then you give me the answer out of the question which is being taught in the classroom, it is very structured. Okay. Unstructured means I'm not telling what you have to invent. I'm not saying what you have to ideate. These are all unstructured. You have to find the structure out of it. You have to think about it. Okay, there are so many things which I can do. Which one I have to do and how I have to do. There is a method in madness as well. It need not to be a very structured and you think that I will give you this and then you will be asked a question on that and things like that. It has to be unstructured, then only the creativity come into picture. And there is a process to it. What I mean by that, as I said, that this session is all about helping you guys to understand how I take an idea, how I develop the skill to bring that idea into existence, and then how we are actually going to present it, which actually shows that what and why I am making it. So, ideation in today's world is much, much easier than it was in the earlier age. Every one of you can go and open a ChatGPT or a DeepSeek and ask that, create an idea. Believe me, ChatGPT will give you a very, very beautiful ideas. Okay, there is no problem in that, and that's why I say the ideas are worthless. Why? Because just having an idea is not going to work. You have to understand that how it is relevant to the society. Okay, if the relevance of the society, how it will come into picture? It's not like you say that it is relevant to the society. No, you have to get the feedback. What I mean by that, suppose you have come up with an idea. Okay, talk to people around you. Talk to people around you that what do they think about this idea. And please, not only your father, mother, and grandparents, because you are related to it, related to them, they will always appreciate you. And that's good. But I would like you to go in the society and take an idea. Go and talk to your teacher. Go and talk to your neighbor. Uncle, I'm making this particular thing. Do you think it would be of any use? He will be actually the one who is saying that, oh, yes, it is good, it is not. And this idea, this feedback is only going to tell you whether you are on right track or a wrong track. I told you about this, example, no? In your science fair, you must have seen big models. What is it? So it is rainwater harvesting. Oh, very good. You are showing a small, things which is doing. If water will come from here, it will get invested, and you know what? There is a solar panel which is actually giving the electricity, and there is a wind energy which is actually creating the electricity. I don't want that model. I don't want that 10 different things. Can you give me one simple example where it is actually implemented? Okay. If you are talking about rainwater harvesting, tell me a tool which you can actually implement in your society to help into doing the water management. So whatever you are doing, it has to be feedback oriented. Collaboration. I'm so glad that you guys are here from across the country. Okay. I don't want you to work in silo. Silo means working on your own. Please connect with other fellows. You guys are on the WhatsApp group. Please do interact with other people. We will give you sufficient chance to interact and collaborate. Because if you are thinking of some idea and someone else is also thinking of an idea, we will really like to connect you. Rooftop rainwater harvesting. Yes, that's nice. But Rupali, it is not just a concept which we will be looking forward to. We want to see that whether you have made something, okay, which is implemented in your rooftop and it is in access. Just theory is useless for us. Everyone knows about root water harvesting is working. What you have done to make it happen. For example, everyone is talking about plantation is necessary, plantation is necessary, plantation is necessary. Okay, global warming is there. What you have done? What you have done to collaborate in that way? Is it a possibility that some of you actually collaborate yourself and say that, okay, why not we make it a trend where people can plant a tree on their birthdays? Okay, and we are the one who is actually going into society and saying that when you have a birthday, plant a tree. Okay, and this become a national, platform where people are just planting a tree on your birthday. Think about it, how beautiful gardens you can develop out of that birthday plants. So anything which is there, it has to be collaborative. It is not working only in Thane or only in Bhubaneswar or only in Delhi. If you guys can use this platform of Ideathon to do something national level, we would be very happy. Distributed as in the work has to be distributed. Okay, ideation which you are doing, we can only see if the relevance is spread across. And time bound. Time bound is because, like Ashita and Nitin has informed you, there is a process in which we are going to do. But this process or this period is time bound, where we want some tangible return, which you guys are bringing on the table. And it has to be a result oriented. Okay, I don't want to see a very beautifully made science project, okay, which is very good to take the pictures, but has no result, no impact, no effect on the society. No, boss, this event is not for that. We want by the end of this 2 months, we can say that we mentored around 60 of you, 70 of you, and do a change which you can see in the world. Believe me, that is the real victory. That is the real prize. which you guys can create in that. And use the social platform to make it happen. It can be a very simple idea or it can be a very complex idea. But I'm telling you very explicitly, as you guys are students of 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, we don't expect you to have very complex idea. But believe me, all complex idea has been originated from a simple idea. So it is not like that you have to have a very rocket science. Sir, I will use AI to do this. Can you do that? If you can't, let's not talk about it. First, you acquire the skill of AI. Once you acquire the skill of what the technology is, then you talk about it. Right now, do it what you can do at this level. You all are students, right? I'm just giving you an example. Why don't you come up with an idea of a toy or a game, okay, which help you learn the concept in a more attractive manner? If you guys can just look around you and see that, okay, this is the problem I'm facing, okay, and I want to make a game which can help me in, and it can be a physical game, it can be a card game, it can be a board game, it can be a toy or stuff like that, which actually help you into understanding those concepts in a better way. And you look around with the people that, oh, is this only my problem or others are also facing that problem? If others say, yes, sir, I am also facing this problem, then you will understand that you got a feedback that they require a solution for. Then come up with that solution. This is something which you can do. This is something which you should do. And this is something which we expect you to do. Okay? Look around, find the problem which bothers you, find the problem which is bothering the society. And please don't come up with me with this idea that global warming and, you know, I'm doing water harvesting and crop protection. I have seen people are giving a project on how to protect the crop, and those guys have not even visited a farm in their life. Okay, so please don't fool around. Do the things which you actually can relate to, can speak about, and can work towards bringing that change into action. This competition is not about winning the prize money. It is about bringing those ideas into reality. Sorry, I am emphasizing on this particular thing, but this is what I actually look forward to. Come up with the simple ideas. We will make it complex. You will make it complex in due course of time, but not now. So, what are the 7 steps of ideation which you can practice even starting now? First, define the ideation thought and guidelines. I have told you what are the thoughts, what are the guidelines on which you have to do the ideation. You don't have to do something rocket science. I don't expect you to work on rocket science. I expect you to do something which is possible under your capacity, which you can relate to, and which is within the boundary of your execution. Second is start an ideation journal. Like right now we have thought about this brainstorming. Come up with a paper and start jotting out all the ideas which is coming in your mind. All the idea which is coming in your mind. There can be 10 ideas which is coming into your mind. Don't work on the first idea which is coming in. You will see that if you complete those 10 ideas, sit with a paper and one line idea that what I want to work around, why I want to work around, and what is the option of it, write it out. By the time you have written the 10 ideas, then you go back and understand which is actually the one applicable to me, which is the one which I actually can contribute from my side and bring into existence. Promote the ideation by using mailer and poster. Okay, don't use mailer and poster, but promote the ideation as in talk to the people around you. Get their feedback that I am trying to work on it. I am planning. What you will do? You say, sir, how can I go and talk to someone else? Boss, the worst thing if you really want to be a good ideator is you should learn how to communicate. When you communicate, you will be able to develop your communication skill. That is point number 1. Second is you will be getting better and better into expressing your idea in a fewer words. Okay. And last but not the least, when you actually talk to them, when you actually speak to them, you actually get their feedback. And most of the time, the feedbacks are the one which actually help you into collecting more data, more ideas, because they have said something. Yeah. And then review. This is where we come into picture. We will help you into reviewing the thing. We will help you into having a system where others can vote on your idea, okay, and then take the action on that idea. That is the whole process in which we can actually bring those ideas into existence. There is someone who has said me in between. I just am sorry to interrupt. Does the necessity of the idea is the society really take over? Ignorance. The ignorance of the citizen can be a problem. Okay, very nice. So ignorance of a citizen is not a problem if it is actually solving their pain point. You know, if it is of no value to them, why you are working on it? What is your objective to work on? What is your motivation to work for? That is why society is not ignorant, my dear friend. Society only cares about it, what is really mattering to them. If it is not mattering to them, they are not bothered about it. You should not be bothered about it if it is not solving any problem. If it is solving a problem, people will take it. This is the first genesis that whether you are working here, 90% of the startup fails. Have you ever wondered why? Do you think those people are not enthusiastic enough and not creative enough to come up with that idea? No. They are making something which no one needs. And if I'm making something which no one needs, no one will buy it. If no one will buy it, I'm damned to go out of business. For you guys, you don't have to worry about people buying it or not buying it. You are not making a company now. You are working on something which someone should be valuing. Someone who really want to contribute. If you are doing something which no one is interested to contribute, you are just doing something which is useless. I will not suggest you to invest even a single second of your life into developing something which is of no use to anyone. I hope I have answered your question. And yes, it is important that the society and the idea has a genesis to actually get into a real world application. If it is not, then it is of no value. I can see some of the hands rising up. I believe there are some question and answer. So I give you a chance to do that. Lisba, go ahead, but you have too much noise at your background. I would really request if you can speak up without that disturbance. Dhara Jyoti, I can see your hand.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, sir, too much noise. I won't be able to. You can type, Lisba. And I believe now there are no hands, so I can move on. Lisba, I'm giving you a chance to type it in the chat box so I can pick it up. So whatever I'm saying till now, are you guys with me? If there is any question, confusion, please feel free to speak up, because as I said, we want it to be an interactive session. And if any point you think that this is not what you have thought of, please get it clarified. Okay, so I'm moving on. Is that okay? Just give me a thumbs up if we are all okay till now. Okay. Cool. So, suppose some of you have already got the idea, okay? Because whatever I have said is in the ideation process. When you have got an idea, when you have done this brainstorming, when you have done this thing that this is what I have to do and this is how I'm going to work about, what next? Okay, understanding your limitation, understanding where you are having this particular thing. We, as I told you, are going to give you series of learning lessons, which I believe are essential skills for individuals like you to acquire. During this ideathon, whoever is participating, they will get an opportunity to uplift themselves by having newer skills. These skills can be into, as I say, 3D designing or electronics or different kind of mechanical and electromechanical kits, which we will be sharing with you. This is actually just for you to acquire those skills, to build things in practice. After my session, my team will be actually sharing a video with you where you will be actually starting designing your first 3D printable name tags. How many of you have heard about 3D printer? And how many of you used it?
Sir, I have used and made items about 3D printing also.
Very nice. What about others?
Me too.
Okay. So on the chat box, just send me a 3D. Just type 3D. So I understand how many of you have already worked on a 3D printer. Good. So we have around 70 of you in this group, and I can see good number around 7 to 8 people who have done 9, 10. Okay, very nice. So you have used it in one way. The others who have not used it can actually learn and do that particular thing up. There is a very nice tool called Tinkercad. It is free of cost. It is not something which you have to download, and you can actually learn about designing the thing. Okay. Believe me, it's a powerful tool to bring your thought into a physical and a tangible product. Okay. And these kind of skills we should definitely work around and learn in this process. Okay. So moving on to that. Ian, you are raising hand. You want to say something?
-330 -80.
Okay. So I'm moving on. Is that okay? Fine. First product is, once you have done that here, write down what is your concept. Okay. What problem you want to solve, because whenever an idea has come into existence, it cannot be in silo. You should not be talking to someone that what you are making. Rather, you have to talk what problem are you solving. Your idea should be solving a product. As someone says that what if the society is ignorant about it? Society is not ignorant, my dear friend. You are ignorant that you don't understand that what is the real problem and how that problem can be solved. Okay. Unless you have this clarity that out of your 10 ideas, which one you have picked, and the one which you have picked is solving what problem. Then comes the target market. What does that mean? That simply means you cannot have something which is required by everyone. No one can please everyone. Even God cannot please everyone. That is why we have so many religions, right? If God is good enough to please everyone, then there would not be different religions, right? So if the God cannot please everyone, how could you? How could I? We should be knowing who is our target audience. Target audience means what? Simply, there are cars like Jaguar and there are cars like Honda City, right? The people who buy Jaguar, they can buy Honda City, but they won't. Because they are two different requirements. There are two different purpose which is. Many of the people are using phones which is of 10,000, 20,000. And there are people who are using iPhones which is for 1,30,000, 1,40,000. It's not like the phone is actually any different, or even I'm using, it is a communication tool, right? But there is a different specific kind of audience and a specific kind of need which is being served. You should be knowing your idea is solving what problem and for whom. And then comes there something called know your customer. Now, obviously, this kind of presentation we also give to the companies, and it is equally relevant to you guys. Over here, you don't have to worry about customer, because not necessarily whatever you are making, somebody has to buy it. Customer only come into picture when somebody has to buy it. Consider it as a consumer. Consumer means if you are coming up with this idea, who is going to utilize it? Who is going to utilize it? How they are actually going to consume it? How does it solve their problem? Because you have identified the problem. Now you should talk about that. Okay, because my idea can help you solve this particular problem. And what are the features your product are having? Because if the problem is there, I'm damn sure there must be a solution which is already there. You can come up with a better solution. You can come up with some additional features which was not there. Even that is ideation. Don't worry about it. As I say, that we don't expect you to have a rocket science. We don't want you to build something which is like, going to the space. You take a problem, try to do the incremental change, which is actually going to make the life of the user a little better, and that is done. So for example, I have given you an example of plantation. A plantation is something which is very, very much known. Everybody knows it, right? Tell me, there are 70 of you who is right now in this group. You all know about it, like, global warming, so plantation is the key. Yes or no? Yes? Yes. But how many of us are actually going and planting the tree? The beauty is, as I'm saying, that I would like this one thing which happens after this session, that all these 70 people who are there in this group, okay, can make a resolution that, okay, I will plant a tree on my birthday. Let's make it a thing that which you can actually proudly say that, okay, I am going to plant a tree on my birthday. And then do the publicity of it, that on my birthday, I celebrated like this. केक काटते हैं, पार्टी देते हैं, ये करते हैं, वो करते हैं, रिटर्न गिफ्ट देते हैं, सब कुछ हम लोग करते हैं ना. Let's try to do something which is going to change the world. Imagine what, okay, not only you go and plant the tree, you give a sapling to each one of your friends who are coming for the party as a return gift, and say that, okay, I planted that tree, this is your chance to do that. This is not going to harm anything, and it is actually, you can plant it anytime, but anytime means no time. Okay, it has to be year driven. I want you guys to come up with this idea that let's have a plantation of tree on a birthday. I know it is not an idea which you can put on an ideathon, but wait, if you can make a national campaign out of it, okay, that pledge to plant a tree, that is an idea, and believe me, it is going to. So the point you have said right now is adding modification to the previously developed. Yes, exactly. That's what I am saying. That is why I took this example. It is not something which is very new or out of this world, but I'm just making it a bit tricky where it is possible to be done, and is going to change the way it is done. And that is the incremental value which you are going to add, and that is innovation. Have a good domain expertise. Okay, so as I say that you are students. My dear friends, every one of you know that, okay, if you are graduating, in science, then you are going to take engineering. If you are going for engineering, you are going to take computer science. Why? Because the job is there. Nobody is studying for a particular purpose. Okay, the only purpose in your life is actually to get a job. But if you have developed a domain knowledge and expertise, and if you know what expertise you require, so suppose you want to make a robot dog, okay, and you say that for making a robot dog, I have to understand mechanics. And for running mechanics, I actually have to go to the core engineering and take mechanical engineering as my degree rather than only blindly following computer science. I can bet you, okay, if you have been going with so much clarity, you would be making something which world is crazy about. Okay, so have the domain expertise. Why we wanted to expose you with this particular thing, 3D printing and electronics, because until unless you have tried this particular thing up, you will not understand that what is of your interest. And once you have developed that interest, then actually acquire the domain expertise. At this level, I am not expecting you to have it. No problem. But this is a starting point. And as I said, today, wherever you are sitting, there is no knowledge in this world which is beyond your reach. There is, Udemy, there is Coursera, there are multiple open line courses. If you only want to learn about something, you can do it. But that is an effort which you have to do. And when you want to know about it, you cannot do it for silo. Everyone asks this particular thing, sir, ये क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं? क्यों हम लोग फिजिक्स पढ़ रहे हैं? क्यों हम लोग मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ रहे हैं? क्यों हम लोग हिस्ट्री पढ़ रहे हैं? क्यों हम लोग civics पढ़ रहे हैं? Right? Somebody has told you to study, and that is why you are studying. Okay? But think about it. Sir, I want to learn about animatronics because I want to make the aeroplanes which doesn't require a pilot. Right? Now, in your sci-fi, in your gaming world, this is something which is common, but not in the real world. Who is going to make it? You guys are going to make it. And how? Not just by thinking about it, but by acquiring the right skill, the right knowledge to bring this into existence. Identify a good market to enter. This is not relevant to you. Learn it till you own it. Okay, this is something which I wanted to emphasize, because earning, which is the end goal of anyone's life, okay, has to be fueled by the knowledge and the skills which you guys are looking for. There is one very famous meme right now circulating on the social media where a DU student is saying they have loads and loads of certificate, but he or she is not able to get a single internship because everyone is asking, what is your skill? And people are not able to speak up. Okay, what skill you have? The skill doesn't mean a certificate which you have took. The skill means you are good at something. You have invested your time to learn that skill, and now you can convert that skill into earning something. Okay, this is my request, my dear friends. You all are at the prime of your age. Start learning new skill, and believe me, if you have acquired those skills, these are the ones which is actually going to help. We are running short of time, and that is why I'm just going to take you to one particular thing. This value proposition canvas. Okay, so as I told you, you have brainstormed your idea, you have talked to the people, took the feedback, and then you are ready to make that particular thing. So to analyze any good idea, you have to understand what is the value proposition your idea is creating for the world. So there are two sections, as you can see. Okay, on the right there is something called customer job, pain and gain, and on the left you can see that the product and services, gain creator and the pain reliever. So let me help you understand how to go about it. We are going to share this worksheet with you all, and you have to fill it up with very few words and few things so that you understand. So on the right hand side is the people for whom your idea is relevant. Okay, and how you are going to make it relevant for them? By understanding what is their need. The section which is saying customer jobs, read it as customer needs. What are the customer needs for whom you are making this idea? So somebody, suppose, making something for visually impaired person. Okay, I'm just giving you an example, and many of the people come up with this idea, but believe me, 99% of them have not even ever talked with a visually impaired person, and that is not the way you can actually make it, right? You think the person who is visually impaired can't see, so I'll make a stake and I will make an electronics and it will give a beep when somebody coming in front of them. Boss, it's a science project which is useless. Every time I go into any of the competition to judge them, 1 out of 10 is having that stick in their hand. There's nothing wrong in it, but the whole point is you are not understanding what is the real need of it. Yes, Bharat, you want to say something?
Sir, but everything have pros and cons, so what about it?
I don't know what you mean by that. Everything has pros and cons. Yes, that's true. But you have to analyze and understand it in a most proper way. Then only. And that's why I'm saying that who is the one who is going to decide that pros are bigger or cons are bigger? It is the one who actually needs it. I don't know in what context you say this particular thing, but my point is very simple. Whenever you are making something, try to understand what are the customer needs. What is that problem which they are facing? What is the thing which is their pain point? Okay. And can your idea help into fulfilling those needs of those customers? Is it able to relieve the pain which they are facing and provide them some gain which is good for their self? So the whole idea on this particular thing is, this is an exercise which you have to do. You cannot just sit in a room and think of an idea and start working on an idea. I am repeatedly saying that particular thing. That should not be the case. You have to research. You have to put your effort into understanding that, okay, what I'm making is actually meant for so and so person. So for example, if you are making something for farmers, okay, or making something for rag pickers, or making something for teachers, or making something for school administration, these are the people who are around you, whom you can talk to. Okay? If you're talking about I'm making something for farmer, I'm going to ask you the first question: how many farmers you have talked to? And you'll say, no sir, मैंने अपने पापा से पूछा और पापा ने बोला, और फिर मैंने दादाजी से पूछा और फिर दादाजी ने बोला, और इसलिए मैंने ये बनाया. और मैंने अपनी टीचर से पूछा और टीचर ने बताया. Has the teacher actually ever gone to the farm? If not, her or his input is useless. I'm sorry for saying that particular thing. But if you are creating some product for someone, if your idea is meant for someone, you should understand their needs, their pain points. If it is for your fellow students, as a, for example, every one of you have learned about trigonometry, right? Some of you will learn it, some you have already learned it, and you find it very haphazard to how to remember the value of trigonometry, how to remember sine theta, cos theta, the formulas and stuff like that. Is it your problem or is it your fellow students' problem as well? No, sir, it is everyone's problem. Only except the top 2-3%, we all are struggling about it. Very good. Can you make a product, for example, a game, which can actually help people to learn this in a better way and help them into resolving it? Forget about even if you won the prize or not. If you can say that I have made this thing and my school is using it, my mathematics teacher is so happy, sir, that he is actually making the student play this card game, which is having the trigonometry equations and things like that. Like you have those power cards. No, you can make this product. You guys are creative person. You are most exposed to it. And if it is implementing in the classroom and it's teacher are saying, oh my God, it is such a big relief that I have to struggle so much to make the student remember those formulas. Now it is very easy for them to recall. I'm just giving few examples, okay? But I'm just trying to tell you that whomever you are making it, try to understand their need. Try to understand their pain and work towards solving the pain. हमारे startup world में there is a saying that startups, customers are looking for painkillers, but startups are making vitamins, even without knowing the deficiency. So what will happen? No one will buy it. I have a pain, I need a pain reliever. Okay, I don't require a vitamin which I am not required to. You are just making it because you think it is good to make this thing. The world don't need it. And as I'm saying, it is equally important for a startup because they are selling it. It is equally important for you guys because you are ideating something. Yes, one thing is there, while you are a student, you don't have to worry about people who are going to buy it or not. Okay, but is it solving some problem? If it is not solving a problem, there is no point into putting your effort into it. I will tell you, stick out of it until unless you actually discover a real problem which is worth solving and where you can actually make a smaller change. Got it? With that particular thing, I'm going to give the rest to my voice and open the forum for discussion, because as I consider, it is more on a discussion basis when we understand, and I give you a free hand. There is no right or wrong question which you can ask. We are here to have this open discussion. Some of you would be brave enough to ask. Some of you would be having those questions, but not open to talk about it. Either case, it is good for you to understand and have a open discussion on this. Gyana Jyoti Das. Gyana Jyoti Das. Please unmute yourself as you have raised your hand. Let me know how can I help you. Gyan Jyoti? So I think he is not available. I'm moving on. Priyasha.
Sir, what if the idea is like it needs a large scale implementation and a lot of capital?
Yes. So Priyasha, very nice thought. Have you seen a tree of banyan?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Have you?
Yes, sir.
How big is that tree?
Sir, very big. It is quite broad.
What is the size of that seed of banyan tree?
Sir, seed.
From where it has originated, it must have originated from somewhere, right?
Sir, I have never seen its seed.
Doesn't matter. Imagine how big that seed would be.
Sir, very small.
How small? Give me a perspective.
Sir, like regular seeds of other plants?
Yes. Have you got the answer?
Yes, sir.
So, my dear friend, it is good that your idea has a potential to go very big. Okay. But everything has to start small. Okay. Incubators like us are meant to nurture those seeds and help you into becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. But it is a process. You are right now in 7th standard, 8th standard. You must be something around 4 feet plus. Are you born at this size? No. Everything starts small. So don't worry about it. Although people think that, oh, the thing which is big in that way. But it actually have to start very small. Amazon today is world's biggest company. It has started from a table, a single table and a laptop. So yes, there are some things which is requiring big capital. It has a big impact. It can go scale up in that way, but it has to start small. And why small? Because that is a testing point. You cannot say, I will make a rocket. Give me $1 million. Right? It will never happen. You will not get on day $1 million and you will not be able to make a rocket. You have to go incrementally. That, okay, what I can do at my stage, which shows that I am on that path. If America is thousands of kilometers away from you, how you are going to go over there? You have to go incrementally over there. Okay. First, you have to get out of your house, to get into a cab, to go to an airport, then take the aeroplane, and then fly for 18 hours, and then land up in America. Right? You say that, sir, how I'm going to fly so far? First question is, are you ready to get out of your room, get out of your chair, and put that effort to get into that direction? So yes, your question is very right. And that is why I'm again and again saying in this session, we are not looking for something which is way too bigger. You just do what is possible for you at this point of time. And as I say that, it's not like that today, sir, why you are stopping me of thinking so big? Okay, I am meant for doing big things. Yes, you are meant for doing big things only if you can show me that you can do smaller things at this point. Okay. And if you are marginally going towards that approach of yours, there are loads of support, loads of fun, loads of mentoring, which is available in your path. But you also have to show, my dear friend, your commitment and your approach towards it. How you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Okay, that is the whole process. You have to break it down to a level which is feasible, and you show me that, okay, this is much I have done. Then next step, then next step, then next step. And that is how you can do even the bigger thing. As I told you about the banyan tree, the banyan tree is not born like that. Okay, it has built up, and even a seed can be grown up into that. In the same way, the ideation is that seed, which right now has to originate, and you have to work towards it to make it happen. Have I answered your question, Presha? Kind
Yes.
of? Okay,
Hello,
thank you.
sir. Sir, good morning, sir.
Yes.
सर मैं ज्ञानज्योति दास बोल रहा था।
हाँ जी, कहिए।
हाँ, वो मैंने मेरा जो प्रोजेक्ट बनाया है, उस प्रोजेक्ट को मैं नेचुरल करना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए आपका एडवाइस कुछ मैं चाहता हूँ।
नेचुरल करना चाहते हो मतलब?
वो तो मैंने नेचुरल मटेरियल से, जैसे कि कंक्रीट से, वो स्मार्ट सेंसर ब्रिज, उसको मैं नेचुरल बनाना चाहता हूँ, इसलिए आपका कुछ एडवाइस चाहिए था मुझे।
Exactly. So this process of creating, ideation is meant for providing you all the advices and all the regards in that way. But as I told you, that this is a process which you have to follow. You have to learn about the basics, because making a bridge is a very high-end engineering, right? The civil engineering is one thing which is involved into it. How much of that knowledge you have and how you are going to acquire that knowledge, okay, is the whole process of building it up. It is not something which I have said, I want to make a rocket which actually is made out of plant material, okay. If I want to do something like that, I have to acquire the step. Idea is good, but as I'm saying, that before thinking in that way, think about something which you can show and do at this level, okay. So as I'm saying, that just don't make something in electronics, how it can be made. You can learn those things. So as I told you, we will be giving the idea about how to do the 3D designing, because for example, civil engineering, if you're making something, you can make a model of those bridges and can do the testing on it and can show that, okay, if this bridge is able to take this much of load, this is the strain, this is the stress, okay, you can actually replicate that particular thing in a bigger way. So we are here to help you in all of the process, but as I said, step by step, you have to break it up, and then you are going to get the support from our side at time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shivam, go ahead.
Hello, sir.
Shyama,
Hello.
Shyama Chauhan.
Everything is okay. That was understand by me. But what is the actual purpose of this workshop?
I think the virtual purpose of this workshop is to bring you on the right track, that where you should start ideating from. And when you are ideating, what are the things which you have to keep in your mind? Okay, just a random thought because somebody has told you to do that particular thing is not the objective of this ideation workshop. We wanted you to understand that while you are thinking of an idea, first of all, you have to understand what problem you are solving. How you can come up with multiple ideas by brainstorming it. How you are going to realize that out of those brainstorming ideas, which is the best idea which you should put out. How you are going to get the feedback, okay, about that idea, because without getting the feedback, because without talking to the people, it is just an idea which has originated in your brain. It is a brain fart which is not going to be effective. So this workshop is only meant for the people who are still in two minds and don't know how to initiate into ideation to start working towards it.
So, sir, the problems which we are going to solve, that can be related to our day-to-day life.
Yes, I told you. And I want it to be related to your day-to-day life. I don't want you to make for world peace. I don't want you to make it for, reducing the global issues. Okay. I really want you, if you can work on things which is applicable for your day-to-day life. I think I can't be more explicit. Are you joined, were you in the session from very starting?
Yes.
Have I said anything beyond this?
Okay. No.
No, I'm just saying that didn't I made myself clear that I would really want you guys to work on something which is actually associated with your real life. Okay. We are not expecting you to have something beyond your capacity. You all are a student of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, right? Look around, try to understand what is the problem which you are facing, your society is facing, and come up with a solution. We are here to actually judge you on that way. We are not here to judge you on the basis of how advanced. So if somebody is saying that I am making an AI model and that is why my idea is going to work around, get the prizes because I would be the men in the boys, believe me, this is not that platform in which we are going to do that. We were going to judge you on the basis of what you have done, how you have come up with an idea, how much effort you have put in that idea, and how much you have actually implemented into solving those real world problems which is associated with you and your surrounding.
Yes, sir. I understood.
Thank you. Hello, Bharat. Bharat Jain.
Yes, sir. I have a doubt that if an idea is already in the market, but it's not enforced, so what should I do? Because I'm making a stick which is used for blind people, but it is actually not enforced in the market.
Have you ever watched YouTube?
Yes, sir.
Who has forced you to watch YouTube?
No one.
Why you watched it?
Yeah, for fun.
So I think I have answered your question. If you are making something which is of real use to anyone, okay, it need not to be enforced. Nobody is going to enforce you to do that particular thing. And as I told you, the whole genesis of this whole session is that we are making things and then want somebody to enforce it to the world. Boss, make something which people are going to take it. No. Okay. And if
So actually you are trying to, sir, so actually you are trying to tell that the idea should be enforced. This is the main, roots
no,
of the
ideas
session,
cannot
right?
be enforced. No section, no idea, no product can be enforced to the world because world is as grown up as you and me are. Okay. We don't want to do something because somebody is telling me to do this. Okay. You will only do it if you think there is a value to it. Okay. Who has forced you to join this session?
No one, sir.
Your friend has not joined the session, right? This information must have gone to both of you, right? So
Yes,
somebody
sir.
must have joined it and must have not joined it. The people who see the value joined it. The people who don't see the value didn't join it. There's nothing wrong and right. The only thing is that if you think that my idea need to be reinforced, you are making something for the blind people and it has to be reinforced. Why it would be reinforced? If it is of a greater mass, it will be adopted. If it is not of a greater mass, it will not be adopted. And you should not be working on anything which requires an external party to do that thing. Okay. It has to be the only message if you guys can take out of this ideation. Somebody asked, what is the purpose of this workshop? I really feel very sad if after talking for 1.5 hours, you are not clear that what is the purpose of this ideation workshop. It is actually to help you into aligning your thought process to build something which is having a real world impact. And I given you the recipe of how you can go about it. If you think that I'm making something, but it is only going to be applicable if somebody, the government or the agency is going to force it to the people, believe me, it is not going to happen. It is not happened to us. Why we will let anything else happen to anyone else, right?
Sir, so the idea made is, can we modify the idea which is already there in the market?
Please do that. You are always required to do that particular thing. If there, I don't know whether you guys were listening me or not. I told you that even if the idea is there, even if you can modify it, if the problem is there, there must be solution which is existing. Can you make that solution even better? Can you make that solution even, modified it to an extent where it is solving the problem which was not solved earlier? even that incremental innovation is appreciated.
Correct.
Okay? Thank you. Hi, Pushkaraj.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Actually, I had a
Very good
doubt
afternoon.
that, like for example, there are some ideas which do have a market niche, but the problem is that the point at which we are starting at, even to make a base model of it, the pricing of the capital is too high. Like for example, the model we are working on is about a photobiotic reactor, but cost of making a photobiotic reactor is very large, even if it is needed in the market, because for us to upcycle the algal blooms in coastal cities of India, or even where it's in abundantly formed, although the algae is for free, but taking it and processing it and building a basic unit from it costs up to 7 lakhs, which we have brought down the cost upon our calculations to 2 lakhs. But still, it's quite high for us as students to bring that much of capital. So,
Yes,
how do we implement it?
First of all, bioreactor and the bio tree, liquid tree, which you have seen and in the WhatsApp and, the thing which is running around. It is the, just forgot the name of the scientist who was working on it. So there are something which is feasible, but not applicable. Okay.
Yes.
I told you, if you go out and buy a water bottle, buy it for 10 rupees. If you are buying it at the airport, you may buy it for 100 rupees. But if I'm going to sell it to you for 1,000 rupees, are you going to buy it? No.
Okay.
So yes, it can be done, but it must be that the value proposition, I told you, this value proposition sheet which is in front of you has to be solved around. There is a reason why the biotrees are not, bioreactors are not the common thing. Because it seems like very nice, algae is free and you put it up and then it grows in that particular case, it takes the carbon dioxide, it gives the air, it gives the oxygen. But you don't care about that. Then once it is actually reached to it, then you have to recycle it up, fresh it up, because algae has a life in that way.
Yes.
So just picking an idea because it looks very exciting, okay, and it's already been done. What you are going to add into it, okay? The only thing which you are going to add into it is how to make it economical. If it is not economical, it is not economical to go to moon. Even if you see that there is a diamond on moon, okay, is not something which you can work around. And I don't want you guys to work around, finding a way to go to the moon. Okay? If you understand, if you have developed this theory, okay, this product is not feasible. Either you can try to make it feasible, okay? If not, then drop an idea, work on something else. I am being very blunt into saying this, that it's not like the one idea which has come to your mind and it is eureka. Okay, it is good that it has came to your mind. It is even better that you have actually analyzed it and understood why it will not work. If it will work, how I can make it work. And if you realize that it cannot be worked, what's the point of making it? Yes, I'm not saying that this science is bad, but then you have to invest your time and energy to become a biochemical scientist, okay, and try to work around that how I can learn those skills in which this process can be easier, okay. And if you are not having those skills, acquire those skills. And if this is not the time you have to have that particular skill, then wait for it. You are still in your 15, 16 years of age. This idea should be there in your mind, and it should be growing like a spider web in your mind. That, oh yeah, this was such a brilliant idea. It was not feasible. It was not feasible yesterday, but it is feasible today. Okay, and then gradually with time you acquire the skill and make it feasible. Why it has to be a 7 lakh unit? Why it cannot be a 70,000 unit? And why you require a 7 lakh unit? Well, the same work can be done with a single plant, which you can plant on your birthday, and it will do the same thing. Just for the sake of it, कि नहीं मुझे तो कुछ अलग ही करना है, and I am trying to do something which is neither feasible, nor effective, nor you have a IP on it, which can make it faster, and there is already a solution, and it is okay to pivot. Pivot is something which you say that you come up with an idea. That's why I say you have to write 10 ideas. And then realize, first idea, good, not feasible. Second idea, very simple, feasible, not interesting. Third idea, looks interesting, no customer. Fourth idea, customer needs it. There is a solution. I can do something about it. Go for it. This is the practice, not something which you have hold to your heart and when you are not ready to let it go. You have to let it go when you realize it is not working and work on something else. अगर एडिसन ये सोच के बैठा होता कि यार मैंने ये वाला बनाया और मैं इतनी बार फेल कर गया, क्यों फेल कर गया, मुझे देखना होगा, मैं उसी में फिर से उसी एलिमेंट को लेके कॉपर से ही मैं बनाऊंगा उसका फिलामेंट, कैसे नहीं बनेगा, बनाना ही पड़ेगा, तो नहीं होता ना. He realizes that it is not working, he moves on. Then it is not working, he moves on. Then it is not working, he moves on. And while moving on to different solution, he actually come up with a solution which is feasible. That is the practice which you, my dear friend, has to implement and make it happen. We have last 5 minutes because after that there would be a closer. I'm just opening the last speaker, Talina Nas. Hi, Talina.
Good afternoon, sir. So, my doubt is if like we are having an idea actually about a pregnant woman or difficulty in traveling. So we're trying to cure it, but the problem is we're having is we can't find a solution on that basis because if we develop a device, then we'll have a difficulty of putting that up in every area. If we have a system, then maybe all of them might not have it. So could you suggest a simpler way to have a
No, what is the idea about?
pregnant women traveling, making them easier to travel around?
Yes,
places.
and what is your solution?
We're going to like buses and other train areas, they don't usually have seats, almost they cover all the seats for them. So we're going to like make a system to aware the while arriving the station that there's a pregnant woman around that area. So like get a clear seat or something else to make the pregnant woman more comfortable.
Okay, so nice thought. Okay, the only thing is, Talina, is you have to think in a creative manner. You have understood a problem, traveling of a pregnant woman. Okay,
yeah.
That is something which is clear to you. Very nice. This is a good problem statement which you should start working. The solution can be multiple ways. Okay, you have to work it out. What is the best way for that? Right? Because you have to understand that the problem needs to be solved. The solution can be multiple. Right? What is the better way to do that? Because you cannot ask the state government, or you can do that particular thing, but I'm just saying that a state government level that okay, have a reserved seat for pregnant women, which I believe is possible and could be done, right? Or you can actually think about an alternative matter, like when they are going in that way. So for example, in Ola and Uber, okay, can there be a feature like Uber has just done this thing, that understanding that women traveling alone may get problem with a stranger driver. They have started making female driver not only in the cab but also on two-wheelers, so that a female traveling with a female rider is much easier to do that, right? In the same manner, you can actually devise a way that okay, what is the number of pregnant women who is traveling? That's the one thing. You require the data point to actually validate and reach out to anyone and saying that look, there's so much of demand for this particular thing, and this is the possible solution in which we can go about it. So the thought is nice, but as I say that you have to concentrate on the problem and then list out 10 different solutions. Okay, can there be a private vehicles who are only traveling for the pregnant woman? Can there be a sharing vehicle which is actually giving an advantage or traveling to the pregnant woman and things like that? And then realize which of these ideas are feasible and applicable. But again, the
What
idea is
for this,
something which has to be implementable, it has to be scalable, it has to be workable. Your job is actually to come up with a non-conventional method, okay, to make it happen. It is not easier. You have to invest some time, talk to people, talk to pregnant women and try to understand, okay, what are the problems they are facing. Okay, I'm not talking one pregnant woman. Okay, and there is an effort which is going to get from your side. Believe me, if you talk to them, your bandwidth and your thought process will increases, and you are able to come up with a better solution. Right? Nice problem to think about, but as I said, there are things which you have to work towards coming for a solution of it. So with that particular thing, we are running short of time. Okay, thank you everyone. I believe we are able to, inculcate this thought process. This is not the end of it. It is actually the very starting of it. And
Hello.
we are going, yes.
What about the participation?
Participation of what?
I mean, there is maximum 5 people group. So I am alone and I have only 3 people. So can I?
Okay. So
Yes,
these are the
yes, Shama, you
technical
can
things which
participate.
my team will be able to guide you on. I believe a minimum team of 3 should be allowed. But a single person, no. Why I'm saying no is this is your first test. If you can't convince 3 people about your idea, how you are going to convince the world about that idea, right? And again, I'm saying that you guys are very much open to utilize this network of students across the places. So yes, maybe you are not getting someone who is in your classroom to become your team member, but you can group around with other people from other schools and other cities.
सर मैं कुछ पूछना चाहता हूँ ज्ञाना ज्योति दास.
I think we are running short of time, so we have to stop at this point. I would open the floor to Ashit and Nitin sir to take it
नहीं
forward.
सर मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ कि वो जो प्रेजेंटेशन है वो किस तरह होगा, जूम में होगा या कैसे होगा?
Jana,
They are
we
going to
will.
tell you. So let
Jana,
me
we
finish
have.
this up at this point. So thank you everyone. I believe you guys are able to take it forward. I just wanted to share my credential so that you guys can connect me if you want to. I'm available on my email ID.
Okay, sir.
So this is the final year which you can take it up. And is it shared?
Okay, sir. Thank you,
So
sir.
are you sharing your screen, sir? Are you sharing your screen, sir?
Last thing in that way. Yeah, so these are my credentials.
Got it.
Okay. Feel free to follow up on the Instagram. There are multiple things which we are going to tell you, and you can reach out to us through Nitin and Ashit. We are here to help you in the always possible, but there is a process in which we will be involving with you and take it forward from there. So thank you everyone. Nice talking to you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
I'm a single participant and I'm trying to participate. So can I participate?
Okay. Yes, Nivan, you can do. Just give me a minute. So first of all, I would like to thank Vishal sir for such a nice, captivating and an interactive session. I believe students, you may have got answers to a lot of your questions, and it was very heartening for us to see students participating with such fervor. And
Yes, that was really encouraging.
Yes, sir. So you have so many good ideas, and then you are so interested in finding solutions that you are right away. You are, looking forward to discuss it and take it forward. So it's very heartening for us. I know that you have a lot of doubts on how the presentation would be conducted, in what way you are supposed to fill out certain things in the form. So let me inform you, we are scheduling one additional session for that specific purpose only, in which we will take your doubts on one-on-one basis, if you may have, on how to put certain things in the form, right? And how evaluation will be done. So for that, we will have a separate session. The idea of this workshop, as sir already explained in his talk, was to give you I mean, to orient you in a particular way of how you can pick up a problem and come up with a solution. And his example that he took of that seed, right? That seed once planted grows into a banyan tree. So this is basically a platform. We are like fertilizers, manure. We are just okay. So our objective is to grow up into that banyan tree. Okay, so this is not the end. This is just one workshop in the series of workshops that we have planned, and we look forward to continued participation from your end. So Asit sir, if you may, if you would like to inform about the other workshops that we are going to conduct, please.
So I will be taking the leave, my dear friends. So it was nice talking to you, and
So
looking forward to get the project from your side. Goodbye.
So
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
For taking out time on Sunday and sharing your experience with the students. I believe it would have been a very wonderful learning experience for students as well as for us. And students, let me tell you that sir is not a mentor for students. He is a mentor for us also. So he mentors a lot of startups, a lot of engineering students of ours. They have built their own startups and are doing well, all under the guidance of Mr. Vishal sir. So thank you so much, sir, and we look forward to your participation in other events as well. Thank you so much.
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Asit sir, please inform the participants about the other workshops that we have planned, and then we will close the session.
Yes. So thank you everyone for your kind participation, active participation with enthusiasm. So as I told that we have series of workshops that has been planned. So before the next workshop, we are also planning that we'll fix a session in which we will discuss if you have any query, if you are facing any difficulty in filling up the idea submission form. So we'll address those queries. And after that also, whatever workshops will be planned. So I think next week we are planning another workshop that will actually a hands-on training, means case studies will be discussed, how people have generated their idea, how that has been carried forward to set for a startup. So all these things we may discuss in those workshops. We are planning to fix it in next week. And after that also many other workshops are there that we are planning. So through the workshops you will learn many things, and definitely that will be insightful one for you in this
And students, will also be sharing one video that Vishal sir already mentioned, that he has some content that he wants to be shared with all the students, participants. So after this session ends, I will be sharing the link for that video in the WhatsApp group. So please go through it. And we believe that today's session was an informative one and was a useful one for you. And we look forward to interacting with you in future and through workshops and through other mediums. Okay. So yeah, if you are not added in the group, okay, Asit sir, please look into it. If some people they may not have got the the WhatsApp group link, so we have to look into it how we can add those people into the group. We have their emails. We can send the WhatsApp invite link to their emails also. So that's it for today. So thank you all the students, participants for joining on this Sunday, and we will be passing on the information of the future events in the WhatsApp group. Those who have not received the link, we are sending the WhatsApp invite link to the emails with which you have registered, and please feel free to pass on that link to your team members who may not have received that WhatsApp group invite link. Okay, so thank you so much, and we look forward to interacting with you in future. So we are closing the session.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, can I register if I'm only a single participant?
Yes, you can. Minimum 1 and maximum 5. More than 1 is recommended, but in case you are single, go ahead, no problem.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you so much, and we'll meet again very soon. Bye, take care.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice
We are closing
day,
it. Thank you, bye.